Hello there, welcome to another talk, another meditation, because all my talks are meditations, I always say that. And today's talk, meditation, is called Narcissists Are Insecure Cowards. You see, narcissistic people, well, first of all, as I say that, I want to start off by saying that as we live in a narcissistic society, then that means me included. But it's like someone that's an alcoholic or drug taker. As soon as you admit that you're that, you're less than that than someone that doesn't even acknowledge it. You see? The truth is that we are all narcissistic, and even bringing the narcissist down, as I'm doing right here, suggesting narcissists are insecure cowards. When you bring someone down, you're doing it to build yourself up. It can be in an unconscious way. And I've got a page on my website called Narcissism and How to Heal It, because I'm not just about bringing people down, I want to give, what I think is the solution to things. And there's a lot of people out there that this is what it means to be unconscious. It means that you have no self-awareness. When I had this unexpected spiritual awakening, that was one of the things that happened, that you become aware of yourself. You're aware of what's going on within you. The trauma, the insecurities, you're not paying attention to those things before, because I started to become a lot more quieter. Like the voice in my head stopped, this narcissistic voice, and then it was replaced by silence, the voice of silence. And that's how my personality has changed from an over hyperactive, people thought ADHD, when I was in school, they thought I had ADHD, and very calm and relaxed now. And it all started from that awakening. But I will still say that I am still egotistical and narcissistic. And even the suggestion to say narcissists are insecure cowards, that's an unconscious reflection of me. But yeah, I see a lot of people, some people even experts, on psychiatry and narcissism, but they're unconscious, because they don't see that this attack that you're doing on narcissistic people is a reflection of yourself. And that's all it is. When you constantly need to bring someone down is to build yourself up. Sometimes it can be so unconscious and you're not aware of it. One of the early things in this awakening was I became authentic. Telling the truth is one thing, but being authentic is when you're really living from your heart and you're facing yourself. Because all the blockages are within the heart area. All the narcissism comes from the blockages within the heart chakra. The heart chakra vortex. And once you start going within there and you start healing that, then the narcissism doesn't disappear, but it gets less and less. Yeah, and so this narcissism, as I was saying, gets less and less when you're going within the heart chakra. And on my talks, like I say, I give solutions. A lot of people like what I'm doing here, but there are certain people that don't, because people, if they haven't had the awakening, they feel that what you've got is better than them, and that relates to this talk. I do get the odd person now and again, but what I do is I just don't have anything to do with that kind of people, because life is too short and I've got no time for it. The only kind of people I'm interested in, if I have anyone, is people that are going to have a positive impact on me. And vice versa. If you've got a load of folk like that, very powerful. You wouldn't see Tony Robbins having anything to do with an idiot or a person that is narcissistic. Or, you would only associate with people on the upward path. And that's the way to you've got to get rid of these narcissistic people. Because like this talk says, narcissists are insecure cowards. And they do things because of this insecure, cowardly thing that's within them, this fear. And that's why they behave like they behave. And they make up all sorts of exaggerations and ideas about you. And it's simply because they don't understand you. And narcissistic people have to understand you because they're fearful. Fearful people, when you're in fear, you have to understand the situation. You have to control everything. And that's how it is. This is why a lot of people haven't awakened their Kundalini yet. They're not on the pathway to tantric awareness. Because it's blocked. Like I was saying earlier, it's within the heart chakra, the blockages. And it's by design as well. It's organised. But I can't say too much about that, because this talk would probably not be allowed. That's why I don't talk about things like that now. I keep it to the awakening. Because that's ultimately it's a distraction away from awakening, away from going within. You don't have to talk about the government or all that stuff. Because really that's to distract you away from going within. You see, so it's about healing this narcissism. People are narcissistic because they've been programmed like that. You see, it's not there by accident. So the solution is to do the inner work, is to spiritually awaken. You spiritually awaken like I did at the age of 24, when I sat down and had enough. And I was so passionate in that moment, heart-based, that I knew everything was going to change. I decided then, and then the awakening came. And then I chose to face my own inner narcissism, inner fears, inner insecurities. A good hack for healing unconscious trauma is when you react negatively, feel it. And you're letting the trauma reveal itself to you, but you heal it by feeling it. So like I say, I'm not here to bring down narcissistic people. I try to be as non-judgmental as possible. But at the same time, you have to judge also, and correct judging, but you got to get the balance right between that and being non-judgmental. If you can get that balance right, you've cracked the code. But back to the talking hand. Yeah, so narcissists are insecure cowards. And yet that's why they act how they act. They haven't done the inner work yet. Unconsciously, they are too fearful to go within. Because unconsciously, they know that they've got trauma within their psyche. See, people behave based on their unconscious mind, the subconscious, which is the unconscious self. And if it's a lot of trauma, the unconscious will put them there. And these narcissists, what narcissistic people do is they externalize everything. If they'll distract themselves all the time. And they're very fearful, but like I say, it's by design. And what's happened is now there's an awakening happening on the planet. People have had these, like myself, had these unexpected spiritual awakenings. The energy officially changed on the planet in 2012. And, so that's what's happened on the planet. So, and we are returning to tantric awareness. Tantric awareness is our true state, which is orgasmic energy, love. If you get a rose quartz and you feel the frequency from it, that's the source energy of what we are. So you can get a rose quartz crystal and just tune into the energy, and that's the energy of who we are. And you can have this within your body. But the reason a lot of people don't have it yet and they don't embody it. This is related to twin flame, but the blockage is within the heart chakra. You've got to heal all that. That's why the twin flame can't arise or manifest, because it's all about being in union with God. So you heal the unconscious stuff, and it's like someone alone, and they're in absolute peace and tranquility and joy, and there's not even anyone else. And you've got to get that. Now once you've achieved that, you don't need anyone. Now if someone else comes in that situation, great experience, but you're not going to be needy. So that's what this journey is about. And healing this insecure, cowardly thing within us, this narcissism. If you're brave enough to do that, then you'll enter into that heaven. And that's ultimately what's happened on the planet. That's why we're seeing all these different inventions just now. Because what the awakening offers is so much more delicious to what the system can offer. You see, and that's why I don't talk about things of that nature, of systematic things now, because I don't need to. Right? I know what's happening, and the one infinite creator is controlling the whole operation. Narcissism is a dream that you're in. An awakening is you awaken from the dream. And you realise it's like you're sleeping on a bench and you've woke up. And you never went anywhere. It's just, you've always been here. You see? And then you start being more here. When you're more here, you're more present. You're more present, you're more heart-based. And when you live like that, you heal these issues. And let the present moment be your mantra. The heart be your mantra. They are the same. Nature, they're all the one thing. And they're all connected. And when you live from there, you'll heal this inner narcissism, and that's the pathway to joy and happiness and abundance. And I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates, talks, news, research, and much, much more, please do visit my website at www.lovelightfamily.com. I'm also on Patreon as well, at patreon.com, I think it's /Sean Taylor, SHAUN Taylor, all one word. I'm also on Cash App. I'll just add this as well. My Cash App cash tag is # LoveLightFamily 1111. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you.